so today we've got an interesting one for me anyway. Just a few days ago, I wasn't even thinking about buying another Hellcat, and this Hellcat Redeye Charger popped up at my local Dodge dealer, and it intrigued me. I'm a little uncertain if I want to jump feet first. I've already spent almost $20,000 in the last 9 months in car payments and down payments on my current Hellcat Widebody Charger, and I'm unsure if I want to reset that odometer and go back into a $90,000 car when I've dropped 20 in this one. And I would be taking a bit of a loss, but at the same time, I've wanted a Redeye for a long time. I do know that the only way I'm going to be able to buy that Redeye is if I sell my Charger myself. And the first thing I'm doing is shopping it around to local dealers. A lot of dealers around in my area will give me an appraisal over the phone, at least to give me a ballpark number without having to, waste the time to go down to the dealer. Example, the local Mercedes dealership offered me $68,000. My local Dodge dealer offered me $70,000. We Buy Any Car offered me $68,000. Those numbers are just way too low. The best offer I've received so far is the local Chrysler dealership. They offered $73,000, which is closer to where I need to be, but that was the most they would offer for the car. So what we're going to do, we're going to go today to CarMax, which is one of my favorite places. I love CarMax. Bought a few cars from there. I've sold a few cars to CarMax. I know right now they have some cars that are way above MSRP. I'm hoping that, being that Hellcats are going to be discontinued in the next couple of years, and that cars are so hard to get a hold of right now, especially a premium car like this, that they'll go above what these other dealers are offering. I know for a fact right now they have a 2021 Shelby GT500 that's $10,000 over MSRP. And they also have a 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, an actual Bronco, not the Sport, for more than $25,000 over MSRP. It just popped up on their site today. While I'm waiting for CarMax to do the appraisal on the Charger, I'm actually going to go take a look at that Bronco. I would never pay that much for a Bronco over sticker. I reject it, but I want to at least see it. I've never seen a Bronco in person. I want to see the interior. They had the Mach-E on site and it was locked. But speaking of the Mach-E, they do have 2 of those as well, and those are almost $10,000 over MSRP. So I'm kind of hoping that when I get there, that their offer is more competitive and in line with what they're charging for some of these premium cars. I need to get at least $79,000 out of my Charger to make it worth going into the Redeye. That's still a lot of money to swallow based on what I've spent in my Charger, but at the same time, I've said this in a previous video, the money that I put down in my Charger was money that I made in profit from selling my Hellcat Durango after driving it for almost 2 months. I didn't have to do anything to make that money, and that wasn't my original intent to set out to sell the Hellcat Durango just for profit, but it happened. And so without any effort, I really don't think about it so much as a loss. And I want the Redeye. I keep looking at pictures of it online. I took pictures of myself, and I want it. But I'm also not going to make a terrible decision. I'm not going to let the Dodge dealership have my car for 70 grand and then basically would be completely resetting and going right back to, that they're still asking a couple $1,000s over original sticker. I'm going to try to get that price down a little bit if we end up making a deal. At the same time, the first thing I have to do is get an offer from CarMax, and then we'll go from there. I do have a couple of other dealers that I've contacted that haven't gotten back to me yet. So like I said, right now the leading offer is $73,000. I'm going to see what all the dealers in my area offer before I put it up on Auto Trader and Car Gurus, before I start trying to offer it to private parties. It's much easier to sell to a dealer than it is to sell to a private party, simply because I still owe money on the car, and we'd have to go through the bank and wire transfer Wells Fargo and give me my part in cash, and then having to wait for Wells Fargo to receive the payment, which can take a couple of days. Some people would not want to wire a bank and not get the car same day, and I would also not want to turn over the keys to my car not knowing that the bank has gotten their money either. So it's just easier to sell it to a bank. So we're going to go to CarMax today. I'm going to take a look around, have some fun on the lot. I love walking around to see what CarMax has gotten since the last time I was there, which has only been a couple of weeks. And we'll go from there. So we're at my local CarMax dealership again. And I love this place. I'm here quite often. I like to come over here and just walk around, see what they have. And today we're going to do an appraisal. I've sold a couple of cars to this CarMax dealership, and I bought a couple, so it's not like I'm just here wasting time. I'm actually interested to see what they would give me for the Charger. And I'm hoping we can work out a deal. It'll be easier just to do it here because I can go right across the street to the Dodge dealership. So I'll get a second chance to sit in a Camaro. Hopefully the doors are unlocked this time. I think last time there was a black one and the doors were locked. So I want to see how comfortably I can fit in this thing. Last time I sat in a Camaro, it wasn't very comfortable. So it's a little more comfortable than I was expecting, just gauging from the Corvette. Actually fit kind of comfortably, but the steering wheel is in my lap. I could drive it, but I don't know that I'd want this to be my daily driver. And this one is a manual, and I can't extend my legs. Well, I guess I can. I can't completely extend my legs, but I could drive it, but I wouldn't want this as my daily driver. There's the steering wheel. The seat is all the way back. There's the steering wheel. The seat is all the way back, and yeah, it's right on my lap, and it's a stick shift. I would love to drive it, but, you know, like I said, this would be a toy. I wouldn't be able to drive it all the time. And stopping and starting in traffic in a manual Camaro that the steering wheel sits on my lap, that will not be fun. So when you go to CarMax and you see cars parked like this, long ways, and there's no spaces, they have more inventory than they can fit in their lot. These are all relatively new purchases, I would assume. That's a lot of cars. One thing's for certain, CarMax has not suffered from the not being able to find inventory thing, because they've got tons of cars out here. Every car lot I go to is empty, but CarMax's lot is just full all the time. So one car that came out in the last few years that I really like are these Blazers. My only gripe with these Blazers is they're too small. As an SUV that only seats 5, it's kind of pointless to me with all my kids, but I like the way they look. I'd be interested to know what their highest level performance model would be. This black one is super nice looking. It just needs to be bigger. So this is a Mitsubishi Outlander. I have a soft spot for Mitsubishi products, and I wish that Mitsubishi, I guess, was managed better in the US. They have nothing of value anymore other than the Outlander. And for the price tag and what you get, it's such a nice car. But they did away with the Lancer, they did away with the Galant, and they made the Eclipse some ugly little crossover SUV. It's just crazy to me. That brand used to be so cool, and now it's nothing. But I still like these Mitsubishi Outlanders. I bought one brand new, one of my first brand new cars. I think it was actually my second brand new car back in 2008 or 2009, right after my daughter was born, and I still have a soft spot for this brand. They've got all these Jeeps, and I kind of thought that Bronco that I'm hunting would be parked with these Jeeps, but it's not out here. I can't find it yet. I'm still looking for it though. If you delete all this chrome or black it out, this would be definitely running for the family car. I like these Suburbans. A friend of mine has a Suburban and they swear by it. I've always liked the way they looked. I like how big they are, but definitely got a chrome delete. I'm not a big fan of the chrome. It's a nice looking Mercedes. Again, I would do a chrome delete and those wheels would have to go. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of aftermarket wheels, but those are hideous. They would have to go. You can always tell, you know, how cheap something is by looking at its wheels. So this will tell you everything you need to know about how packed it is. There's the Bronco in the corner, and there's cars parked in front of it, and a car parked in front of it. But yeah, I've only seen the Bronco Sport in person, so this Bronco is a little bigger than I was expecting it to be. 1,000 miles, and I'm over, I think it's about $25,000 over MSRP here. So somebody bought it just to sell it, it looks like, or CarMax bought it just to sell it. Well, of course CarMax bought it just to sell it. All right, so interior shots. I'm in the passenger seat, plenty of leg room. Very basic interior. You got a screen there, your AC controls, 4-wheel drive, and manual transmission. You got another screen over there. I do not like the wheels though. Those wheels would have to go. You know, when you develop a car like this and you know it's going to be a big ticket item and you go through R&D, who green lights that? who says, yeah, these wheels look good, we should go with those wheels. Who does that? Like, those wheels are hideous. Now, I'm not a fan of the color. It's a burgundy-ish red color. They have a blue one, but the blue one is locked. You know, for an electric car, if it was going to be a business car, it wouldn't be my everyday driver for just, you know, my personal pleasure car, but for business, this would be perfect. Electric. I think they have a almost 300-mile range. I could definitely dig it, you know, especially for a Ford product. So as always, I had a good time while I was out here at CarMax. It was kind of funny because the sales rep told me when he first started looking at the car that they don't sell Hellcats at CarMax. They'll buy them, but they auction them off or something, or maybe sell them to a wholesaler. But they have to offer some type of warranty, and they don't want to warranty Hellcats for some reason, which is odd because they have a Shelby GT500, and the Shelby GT500 is also a supercharged V8. He said he doesn't know why, but they won't sell Hellcats. So that answers one of my questions that I had a while back in a video I did. Do they even take Hellcats? Yeah, they'll take them, but they won't sell them there. Then he asked me to crank it up and rev it for him. He just wanted to hear it because he wasn't actually the person that was going to do the appraisal. And that was kind of fun. I got to look at some cars. I saw the Bronco. I finally got to see inside the Mach-E, sat in a Camaro. Yeah, I love going out there, checking out what they have. We don't have the appraisal yet. I told him just to email it to me. I have to get back to work. I can't sit around and wait. But yeah, we're going to go back to work and wait on the appraisal. All right, so we're on day 2. CarMax sent me an email last night with their appraisal, and it wasn't anything close to what I was looking to get. Their offer was $69,000. I've already been offered more than that by several $1,000s. I did hear from the dealership that I bought the orange Hellcat from last year. It's the same dealership that I sold the Ram TRX to last year. And they've shown some interest. I don't know that it's going to be the number that I need, but we're going to go over and see them now. I'm going to drop it off, go get some breakfast, and, you know, get all this done before I head to work. But it's got to be better than $69,000 that CarMax offered. And what's crazy, I kind of felt like it was a waste of time. I walked a lot at CarMax, and I see the performance cars that they have. They're asking far above MSRP for these cars. Huge markups, $25,000 on a Bronco, $10,000 on a GT500, probably more than that. I don't know what package the GT500 had. But, you know, they don't sell Hellcats there, so they're going to try to wholesale it. So, you know, it is what it is. We're going to just go over to this dealership and see what's up with it. Okay, so it's been a few days since I shot the last footage. I got busy with work and haven't had a chance to update anything yet. The last dealership that I went to is a local Chevy dealership. It's where I sold the TRX when I sold that last year. It's also where I bought the Go Mango Orange Hellcat last year. And I was kind of irritated when I left there, and that's why I didn't shoot any more footage, and then I got busy and couldn't. They offered 71 to 72 over the phone, and I told them, you know, then that I'd already gotten higher offers than that, and you know, I wouldn't be able to do anything with that. And they told me, you know, come down anyway, let's take a look at it, you know, we may be able to do something. And then I get there and their offer went down. Why waste the time? Generally, when we're shopping these cars around, we call, give the VIN, give the mileage, send pictures, that kind of stuff. So you can ballpark it. The only thing that this car needs is one tire. It needs the front right side tire is a little smooth, and it's actually kind of been like that since I had the car. I haven't had any issues. I don't have a lot of miles on the car, but it's been like that since I bought it. But if that's the only issue, why waste my time? That's kind of where I'm at with that. That's the reason I don't go to each dealership. I go to CarMax. And I have a good time looking around the lot. But why waste the time? You knew on the phone that you weren't going to go up, but you tell me to come down anyway. Anyway, I have an offer that I was willing to accept, but here's what happened. And I'm not mad. I'm good. Like, we'll continue this process. But I messaged my sales rep and asked if I could test drive the Redeye to see if I could feel the difference, if it would even be worth selling my car and buying that one. Because in essence, I'm going to go from owing $69,000 to owing $79,000, $80,000 if I move up to a Redeye. And I want to make sure that it's worth the move up. And my sales rep said he would call me the next day. He'd have to find out if they would let me test drive it. Generally, if a car is more than $50,000, they're not real keen on test drives, especially something like that. They don't want customers going joyriding in the car. But he called me the next morning and said the Redeye had actually already sold. So somebody's bought the Redeye. That's the end of that journey. And what's funny is I had put on a hold while I was chasing this Redeye. I was also looking at a couple of trucks that I was going to buy for my new business venture that I'm working on. I was looking for a truck for the business venture, and I had a couple of trucks in mind at the dealership that I was looking at, and I wanted to put my full attention on the Redeye for the time being. And while I was chasing the Redeye, both trucks sold. So now I didn't get the Redeye and I didn't get either truck, and they don't have any other trucks that I like. So we're gonna have to, keep our eye out, see what kind of trucks get traded in or what kind of trucks come in for the 22 model year. But yeah, this is actually what happened last year when I bought the Charger to begin with. I was chasing a TRX and sold the Hellcat Durango, and the day before I got paid for the Hellcat Durango, the TRX that I was chasing sold. So in this case, while I was shopping the car around, not only did the Redeye sell, but also the two trucks the two trucks that I was eyeballing also sold. That's part of the car market now, and it is what it is. I took the chance, and I can't be mad at anybody. I did get some competitive offers, and I know that I could sell the car if I wanted to, and I may still do that if something else pops up. But for right now, we're going to focus our attention back on getting this new business venture off the ground, unless a T-Rex or another Redeye pops up. I have some communication with the dealership from out of town that wants the car, and they gave the highest offer of anybody that was local. And it's kind of crazy to me. CarMax's offer was $69,000, which is fairly low. I mean, it's one of the lowest offers I'd received. The local Chrysler dealership offered $73,000. The local Dodge dealership offered $70,000. We Buy Any Car offered $68,000, and the local Chevy dealership offered $71,000 to $72,000, and would have actually went down a few $100s for the tire that needed to be replaced. They actually tried to tell me that it needed a set. It does not need a set of tires. I barely drive this car. There's plenty of tread on all three other tires. It's just the one is a little smoother than the others. It needs to be replaced. And like I said, it's been like that since I bought the car. But if you're looking to buy a car in this car market right now, and it's something that's going to be in high demand, you better jump on it. Don't waste any time. It's just one of those things. It's just like with the Hellcat Durango. If I'd wasted any time, I'd have lost that car. I had fun in this process. It's been 3 or 4 days of shooting out offers, shooting out messages to different dealers, seeing what they offer in return. I got to run around the CarMax lot again, checking out what they had. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's next. In the meantime, we're going to hold on to the Charger until I can get another Charger or a T-Rex. I'm kind of at the point now where I want a Charger Redeye more than I want a T-Rex, simply because I'm going to be buying a truck anyway. And I definitely still want to keep my eyes on a T-Rex, but as I've said before, I kind of want the Charger. I kind of want the Charger Challenger combo with the Durango before the T-Rex, if I'm able to hit my goal of all 4 in 1 year. So yeah, that's the route we're going to go. Hopefully, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled. I know that 22 Challenger and Chargers and Durangos are starting to filter into the in transit page on the Dodge website here locally. So 22s are being built. No more updates on my jailbreak as of right now, but we'll keep you guys posted on that. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that bell so we get notified for all the videos. I appreciate you guys watching, and y'all take it easy.